Beautiful play there. DeHang able to come into quad damage from behind without them even realizing it almost. And that is one of the things I love about the positioning of the quad damage on this map. I mean, you can just set up these really, really great sneaky plays. DeHang getting a lot of really great rail frags here, but his accuracy so far is only 27%. Clamp, on the other hand, working 50.
Well, they've both been using
45% here.
They've both been using the railgun so much that yeah,
especially in the red room.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where, unlike most maps where you know when you're pulling the railgun out, you're probably going to hit. In this map, you pull it out pretty much every chance you get. Yeah, no. Fuel innuendo. Oh, look at this! DeHang holding his ground. Good lord. This is 9th excellent.
Oof. And yeah, we've seen crazy things happen in the red room in the earlier part of the match, but so far, now it really looks like Clamp and Walter are just kind of throwing themselves into these situations just kind of willy-nilly, even right off the spawn. We're seeing just a lot of like kind of just haphazard plays here. They're not really setting anything up right now. I'm wondering if this is their way of throwing in the white towel.
Yeah, I think so. Throwing in some kind of towel, because you're right that we're not seeing any coordinated attacks on red anymore. They're not trying to stack up with the yellows first. They're not trying to get a series of weapons beforehand. You know, they're just kind of going in plus forward and hoping that it all works out. All times aggressive. And at this point, Q2 seems to be able to handle that pretty well, because they're controlling that red so often, and they're also dishing it out pretty evenly between each other, which is a really nice thing to see. A lot of weapon handoffs and things like that, and so the red armor has pretty much become Q2's base of operations, to be honest. I mean, if we had a little map that showed where all the deaths happened, we'd probably see the majority of the 90 that they've collected to be somewhere in that red armor map.
And here's another free ball and quad run. I mean, this is just kind of unprecedented to see on this map.
Yeah, and for whatever reason, I think the biggest change, though, is that cOK's attacks on the quad as the quad happens are just not that coordinated. Like, we're not seeing rains of rockets and rails from you know, up top or something like that. You know, it's just not quite as coordinated, and it shows. So I think Q2 is going to be going to the big show in about 2 minutes.
Against the Phone Men.
Yeah.
And as you remember, the Phone Men has had a great record against EG lately, not only knocking Team Q2 down a notch here in QuakeNight, but just last week in the NGL CTF Finals, we got to see DFM versus EG, and actually it came down to one flag cap entirely, but it was DFM's, and that's all that mattered. So DFM has definitely been having a good record against EG right now. Hopefully this will be DeHang's chance to really just turn things back around. Either way, we were going to be seeing EG go head-to-head against DFM here on 2v2 QuakeNight.
And we're hoping to be able to bring that coverage to you. Whoops, Scooby just shot at the wall. But that's because that's what all the cool kids do. But just to call out some accuracies, 40% and 43% for the red team. Railgun accuracies. A lot of shotgun used this map, though. So, a lot of railgun used this map as well, though. So anything near 50% is actually pretty good when it comes to the amount of railgun spam that's been going on. DeHang is at 27% rail, for example. So, let's see if they can break 100. They're at 96 frags to 43. Good game, guys. Well played. Great second map.
Yeah, definitely.
GG's. Yeah. So yeah, really well played here by Q2. And I think that it's going to be really fun to watch what they put together against the Phone Men. And as we mentioned, we're going to do what we can to bring that to you.
And one of the things that I'm really enjoying here just watching Scooby is, you know, during the beginning of this, I don't know how much Quake Live he's been playing beforehand, but you could tell that he had a lot of course, really fundamental skills, being one of, like, the best TDM players from Quake 2. But his movement in Quake Live was a little shoddy. And I think it's fair to say that over the course of this season, we've seen that change a whole lot.
Well, I just want to call out really quickly the nice sportsmanship that we're seeing exchanged between these teams. Clamp says, good games, guys, and good luck against the fun men. And the last map is, you know, games like that is the reason why we play Team Deathmatch. So, wonderful stuff. I love to see how that ended. A lot of GGs exchanged, and yeah, great sportsmanship. So we will. I think that's all we're going to be able to bring you tonight, guys, because everything else is being rescheduled. Not a big deal. We're going to see what we can do to bring it to you when it happens, though. So, Sir Dark, I guess just keep us, I guess, in the light when it comes to the schedule of
in the loop
of these matches, and we'll do what we can to broadcast them.
Absolutely. Appreciate everything you guys have done so far.
Yeah, it's been our pleasure. It's been fun. Jahar, do you have any final words?
Danger zone.
Is that it?
That's it. That's all I got. Great games. Really looking forward to the finals, both of them. And again, Sir Dark, again, kudos for splitting things up, having the Pro and the Pro to be. I'm going to never ever stop my ever-loving love for seeing multi-tiered brackets and all that, because it gives us more players to watch, gives us more games, and I'm always good for that.
Well, on that note, we'll go ahead and sign off and say have yourselves a good evening, folks. Take care.
Good night.